Hello everybody, Frank and Dave back again on YouTube. Right now I'd like to share with you a build I've done in years past. This is another kit. It's all scratch built, made from blue foam board. Uh, as you remember on my YouTube presentation of the Martin Mars flying boat, I built the predecessor, the first prototype of the Mars flying boat. Um, Let me say something about the aircraft first before I present the model to you. During the 1930s, Lynn Curtis and Glenn Martin were they were in kind of like a flying boat race kind of a deal, and somehow the Navy kind of liked Glenn Martin's designs. So Glenn Martin came out with the 97 type PB-2M Mariner flying boat. It had two Wright Cyclone 14 horsepower motors each engine, and it had twin tails. And more or less kind of like an inverted position of the twin tails, and it has a gull wing. Flying boats that era were a very must. The Navy was really interested in flying boats, and they found out they were very versatile aircraft. A lot of them were used as patrol bombers, and a lot of them were used as transport and evacuation ships as well. Glenn Martin needed the bill filled for a much larger flying boat, and Glenn Martin and his head draftsmen put together an airplane that would fit the bill for the United States Navy. When the finished product was offered to the Navy wanted at least 20 such examples of the aircraft. They were very well pleased. And it was never realized at the time, they have 20 more aircraft of this type. There was 5 of them, I believe there were, and all 5 of them foundered. And the Glenn Martin Company, they went and redesigned a whole new aircraft. It was known as the JRM-1 flying boat, Mars. Right here, I'd like to produce the model to you right here. This is the Model 170 prototype of the Martin Mars. Fellas, I'm the only one in the whole wide world that has one of these. I kid you not. As you can see, that the twin tails almost give the resemblance of the Mariner, the PB-2M. Again, this aircraft had a wingspan of 200 feet from the tip of the nose to the tail lift bridge, 114 feet. Crew capacity, 300 personnel. This is a prototype. This is the PB-2M Mars flying boat, not the JRM. PB-2M1 Mars. This is the prototype. As you can tell on the redesign, they removed the whole tail section. Whole tail feathers completely removed, revised, and they made a big single fin. And the fuselage was designed a little more, and so was the wings. The whole airplane went through a whole new redesign. This is a beautiful airplane, folks. It really is. This was Glenn Martin's first prototype of the Martin Mars. The crews dubbed her as the affectionate lady. This model entered service in 1938. The United States Navy was really satisfied with this type of aircraft, and they decided they wanted 20 such examples of this aircraft. But the 20 examples of this was never made. So 5 of these boats were in service for the United States Navy. And ATC, Naval Air Transport Service, that's what they used them for. Again, these aircraft were kept out of the war zone. No guns, no armament on this aircraft at all. just like the successor to GRM Mars. A beautiful airplane indeed she is, folks. A beautiful airplane. The paint schedule on this aircraft is navy blue gray and white. That was the norm of the paint schedule on this aircraft. Right after World War II, the PB-2M Mars was in a scrap heap. Two of them caught engine fires in Baltimore, Maryland. They had a lot of problems with the engines, and the remainder three boats were used up to the remainder of the World War II. And after the Second World War, the GRM was redesigned, entered service again back in 1947. In 1956, the Mars was stricken to the Naval Register, and sold for scrap. Canada Force Industries seen the foresight enough to know that this airplane would be one heck of a Barrett bomber, and it is. So that's my prototype of the Martin Mars. As you can see, it's a whole different airplane compared to the GRM Mars. I've always liked flying boats. Flying boats are very beautiful airplanes in that era. All the way from the 1930s to the 40s, even the mid-1950s, flying boats were beautiful airplanes. The Navy had a very good demand for them just because they had a good range to them. Martin Mars had a range of 4,000 miles. You can carry up to 300 people. Most of them were used out of the combat zone, used them as evacuation aircraft, and they used them as air transport roles as well. Cruising speed for the Martin Mars is 225 miles an hour. Service ceiling is 35,000 feet. Crew, 5 personnel. A very beautiful airplane indeed it is. And you compare that with the JRM Mars, you can see, just like my F3H Demon, how you can see it change into the final prototype. Anyway, that about does it, my Martin Mars, so I figured I'd spring it on to you great fellows out there, maybe get a good kick out of it. Again, I'm the only guy in the world got this. Ain't nowhere, folks. Ain't nowhere. This model is, people don't even know what it is. But there you go. It's the prototype of the Martin Mars. Well, fellas, looks like the hands of time is telling me to get off here. I want to do my boundaries. Guess I'm a little tired, just working my plane all day today, and I think I'll go in the room, hit the fart sack, and get to sleep and start a new day tomorrow. And I'd like to thank everybody out there for tuning in. And if you got any more comments, fire them this way. I'll answer them on the fly, as you can see. And I can't, like I said, I appreciate everything you guys done. All your comments, and oh, Lord knows I got over 100 subscribers, and I tell you, it means a lot to me. And I enjoy your comments and everything. I had one off-the-wall commenter. I don't know. I just put down there, no comment. And you know who you are. And maybe it was a joke, I don't know. But making a long story short, though, it's like anything, in one ear out the other. So keep it clean. I'd like to thank everybody. God bless. And let's see you on the Albatross build review. Bye, boys.